All right, everyone. We're in my favorite phase of the night. The is it working phase. I'm currently checking that. There's no one here, so the stakes are low. But I personally care a lot, so the stakes are high. Okay, we're live. We're good. We're good. This is not a planned stream. This was in no way a professional endeavor. We just got some shipments, and I decided we're gonna do a stream of the stuff we got shipments of. So maybe we'll have some special guests, maybe we won't. In the meantime, I'm gonna start building, and I guess I'll talk too, because that's my whole job as a streamer, is to talk. And the thing I want to talk about is the Iron-Blooded Orphans Urdr Hunt movie, which I had the pleasant experience of seeing in theaters 2 nights ago. And, you know, initially I was really excited to build the Master Grade Barbatos Lupus. And then I saw that movie, and then I thought, maybe I'm not excited anymore, because that was not good. But the thing it did remind me of is that the Iron-Blooded Orphans Season 1, that was really cool. And so, like, I know this isn't the Season 1 guy, but I built the Barbatos, I built the Vidar. I'm very excited for this, because they said they made improvements to the Gundam frame. It might be better. I don't know if they just threw some extra armor on it, and that's what I'm here to find out. So, I appreciate the 3 of you who have already joined me for the ride. I care about you. I never want you to forget this. I took the runners out of the bags before starting the stream, so you wouldn't have to hear it. And if that isn't the most caring thing anyone's ever done for you, I don't know what is. So, I have a feeling the chest unit Torse Unidad de Pecho is going to be exactly the same as all the others. I would be kind of surprised if not. What I could do is I could read through all of the runners in a horrible American accent while interpreting the katakana precisely, and I would make a bunch of people mad, but I don't know if I really want to do that. I won't do that yet. I'll do that if more people show up and demand that, but not right now. One of the most interesting things about these, you see, like, these runners are on a hinge. Like, what is going on here? How is this injection molded that there's actually an articulation point on the runner? That's crazy. There are things in this world we will never understand, and that's okay. We're not meant to understand how injection molding technology works. Let me get my balancers. I want to make sure I'm fully equipped for this. Now we're ready to rock. Where are we? So I'm going to do this out of order. No, I'm not. Actually, I like that they did chest unit first. They usually do head first, which I think is heresy. Never build the head first. The head is the thing you build last. So, I love this silver. Like, remember the original Master Grade Hyakushiki that was like super, super electric plated gold? I really like the shift they made to, like, it's not mirror shine, but it is this really nice, it's almost like a matte metallic. I love it. Not this, though. This is gloss injected, or metallic injected. This is not the same. This is actually really good side by side. This is like high grade gold frame Amatsumina. This is like Master Grade Hyakushiki 2.0. Slightly different, but in person, like, it's actually a huge difference. So anyway, I'll shut up about that now. Okay, so B, let's take a look at B. So this is the same. Runner B, completely unchanged. This is just Master Grade Gundam frame. So nothing fancy there. This is runner G2. This is actually Lupus. G2 is specifically new. So is J. I guess that makes sense. Like, look at this. These legs. These legs are too big, and original Barbatos didn't have this big thing. This just means they're gonna do a Rex. Like, man, they're just gonna do a Rex. I didn't need that. But the question is, will it be P. Bandai? The world will never know. Until we know. I really like how they just have these that are just like, here's the mace. Honestly, like, no one's in chat yet, because everyone's a little bashful, which is fine. But did anyone see this thing in theaters in the past 2 days? Like, I must know. I had opinions the second it was over, and I'd like to talk about them. But I'm not just going to talk to myself. The thing I will talk to myself about, Endless Waltz. Incredible piece of fiction. A little too timely at the end there. But, like, the dubbing is not great. Like, it felt... My wife and I were talking. The dub feels like Daria. Like, we both at various times during watching the movie were like, was Lady Un in Daria? And no, Lady Un was not in Daria. We found that out. We were kind of sad. But, like, there's something about that, like, late 90s, early to mid 2000s voice acting that just has that Daria feel to it. The Endless Waltz dub feels like Daria, which I say that in, like, a loving kind of way. You build the head first? How are you building the head first? I love building, and then you do the head last, and it's like the last two pieces on the runner, and then you put it on, and it's like a cherry on top. I love building the head last. Is so rewarding. I just lost 2 viewers because I said Endless Waltz is like Daria. I don't know how that cost me viewers here, but, like, jeez. Tough crowd. Building the head first, I've never done that in my life. So you're an avant-garde builder, and you know, I appreciate that about you for being able to do that. So I'm starting with B11 because, like, you know, it's just the Gundam frame. Doing this kind of makes me sad because, like, the last time I built an IBO kit was literally the Vidar that I bought while I was in Japan. I'm like, man, that was great. I loved just buying that while I was in Japan, and now it's just like, well, I guess the shipment came from Bandai. I guess I'll rip a Lupus out of the box and just build it. Please excuse me, I'm in the learning the runners phase of building. Like, you know, that, like, it's kind of it's like a language fluency where, like, as you're building, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I know exactly what E looks like. I know exactly what F2 looks like. But, like, when you first start building, it's like, what in the hell is all this plastic? So I'm still in the what in the hell is all this plastic phase. You'll just have to bear with me while I hunt for some pieces. So how's everyone's New Year going? I think it's funny, I started this stream, and it was like, use your old stream information, and it was that stream I did with that VTuber Lala Lulu that was just completely unglued from any sense of reality. And now it's like, oh yeah, I have to resume, like, normal, functional kind of work behavior instead of building with a clown who lives in the basement of a strange burger shop. But I would like to do that again. That was fun. I love these pistons. These are so cool. Like, the fact they did this, they should do this in every single Master Grade that exists. Also, I hope you're enjoying the soothing sounds of Once again, Thrill Chaser instrumental. Because I don't trust open source music at this point. It's probably AI generated, and I'd rather support a real artist, so I'm listening on Tidal to Thrill Chaser. Remember the simpler times when you always knew that Runner A was the one that had a bunch of colors, and now it's like, no, H1 has a bunch of colors. But then also, maybe it's the wrong one that has a bunch of colors. No, H2 has a bunch of colors. Where is A? I feel like we should do like a Blue's Clues segment. This is We should do like a Blue's Clues segment where like you know, Steve is trying to ask the audience for help. Like, which one's Runner A? And the kids are screaming from their chairs. Oh. So, as representative of the Gundam store, I would like to point out, this is one runner. Right? It is one runner. But it is runner A1 and runner A2 on one. And it's because you can do this. It's actually two runners, but it's on one tray. They do this occasionally. It's important to know that. One time someone drove from Philadelphia back here, even though we told them not to, because they thought that a runner was missing from their PG Unleashed because of this exact phenomenon. So, if you're ever like, where's runner A2? Sometimes it is attached to A1. Please make sure to consult your guide before you take things out of the bags. It will save you a lot of a headache and maybe a drive from Philadelphia to Hackensack. So keep that in mind. They generally do that when, like, if it's C1 and C2 and the pieces are exactly the same, they will leave them separated in the bag because they're duplicate runners. This is usually something they do when they're sequential. I don't really know why, though. Like, both 10 and 11 are on A1, and like 10 and 11 don't repeat on A2. So I don't know what it is that makes them do this instead of just having this be runner A. But sometimes they do that. Just pay attention. Make sure you're not driving from Philadelphia to Hackensack just to have me point that out to you in person. How you guys feeling about B10? I feel like B10, this piece looks like something from Star Wars Episode 2. I don't know how I feel about B10. I liked it better. Oh, Vidar had those really cool, like translucent pink parts around the generator that this one doesn't seem to have. I don't know how I feel about that. I really like those. Vidar was a fantastic kit. I have no complaints about that model kit. Sorry, I just hit the piece against the mic. I don't know if that made, like, a horrendous noise. But if it did, that's part of the immersive experience that Gundam Planet provides. I really don't know why they do this, like, A1, A2 kind of thing, unless they're trying to be fans of the hit game Nier Automata, of which I am one. You want one what? The Lupus? Or just like a model kit in general? Because there are options for both. I will say, Oh my god, it's Carlos. Wow. My favorite? I personally haven't gotten a tattoo from you, so I don't know if I can call you my favorite, but many other staff members here agree. Thank you for your service. We appreciate the permanent art that is now on us. So long. Work on your what? I would like to know what it is you want to work on, because like if you have this kit already, then you probably paid a premium to get it early. So like, did you pay extra to be a lazy? I can't say it on stream because I didn't mark this 18 plus. I would like to know. Could also just mark this 18 plus and say whatever the hell I want. I won't do that. You guys, you know, like, do you love your mom and her 2-hit target attacks or whatever the hell that anime is called? Like, do you love your builder and the sound of runners crunching against each other? A1A2. Okay. Where's F? I need F. You're passing by tomorrow? Damn, John's gonna be here. I'm upset that John gets to reap the benefits of your passing by here. What is... I don't want to sound ignorant. What is Kings of War? I don't know what that is. I really want to know. 1, 2, 11, 9. I'm sorry if there's like a low hum in the background. It's my space heater because it's cold. Just trying to keep my phalanges intact. Also, this isn't the only new IBO thing that came in. We did get the high grade Zagan, depends on how like much of an American accent you want to put on it. That thing lasted. No spoilers. I won't spoil anything. Rank and flank games from man. Okay. Warhammer, but cheaper. Isn't that most tabletop games? I respect the hell out of anyone who actually plays those games, because like I even look at like BattleTech, because I used to play MechWarrior when I was younger, and I'm like, I would love to paint those miniatures, but like I don't want to learn that game. But so many people play those games, they have to be pretty good. Man, I have one hobby that takes up all of my time because it's also my job. I don't know if I could handle a second hobby that I need to, like, become fluent in. I had to go grab A1 and A2 again. Now this is confusing. This is piece A2, but it's on A1. Careful there, everybody. This is why one time in 2017, someone returned the BB Neo Xeon to us and wrote on the packing slip, "Returning because the language is too difficult." I'm not shaming, but sometimes the language is just too difficult. There's 2 A2s and they're on A1. I'm sorry I keep disappearing down there. I'm trying to find my runners. building the things like I have other friends who got into Warhammer specifically because of like Space Marine, and it's a great hobby. But oh my god, they were telling me the prices of these things that it's like, whoa, like the barrier to entry just from a price perspective is so high, and then they expect you to learn the fiction and learn the rules. Like my hat is off to them, but like I couldn't do it. One hobby is enough, and if you're starting to be like, well, the hobby is the beginning of the second hobby, which is more complicated, I think my head would explode. Because as you can see, I can't even find runners with the letter C on them. I think I'll just like disappear like lower and lower and lower and then just crawl out of the room, and you'll just wonder when I'm going to come back up from finding runner C. Found it. It's another one of the... Look, C1 and C2. Why do they do this? Anyway. Sorry, I did it again. Like, honestly, this has no business being C1 and C2. Look at this. Like, why is this C1 but this C2? But now 24 is on the second one. There has to be some kind of R&D reasoning for this. Like, this is all like pistons. Like, look at, like, it's interesting because this is all like, they're all a specific kind of part, but I can't figure out which kind of part it is. And then C1 is just like, yeah, we got some new feet, I guess. So, when you say, do you paint those? Me personally, no, I don't paint these because I have enough jobs at my job that I don't want another job at my job. So I do, like, my philosophy has always been, if I am going to show our customers what the product is, I want them to know exactly what it's going to be out of the box. I don't want them to be like, oh, this is what it could be if I put a ton of work into it. Like, I want them to know if they're buying something, this is what it's going to look like when they build it. So that's what I do. But we do have other employees here who are like extremely good at kit bashing, painting. We have 8 airbrush booths in here. We have someone who teaches a class every single week on exactly how to paint and do custom Gundams. So, like, while I don't, a lot of people do. So, depending on how you meant that, the answer is yes, but also no. I'm curious what you mean by integrity when packing. Because sometimes I do pack. Like, because we got an unexpected shipment today, our supplier just didn't give us tracking information and it showed up. I was packing today in the warehouse, so I would like to think yes, there was a lot of packing integrity because I packed some orders. If any of you ordered like the Formula Skell or a couple other, like, there was some kind of Arcanadia thing that came in, Frame Arms Girls, Kotobukiya stuff. If any of you pre-ordered that and it shipped today, that might have been me. You can paint for me if I want? Well, that just feels dishonest. I mean, like, we love having, like, custom builds in the gallery. Like, we have a gallery in our warehouse. I'm sorry, our showroom, where, like, customers who custom paint and, you know, do special artworks. We have the Sailor Moon Nobel Gundams. I recently just sent a Red Gundam to a Redditor who did a really, really cool Eileen the Crow custom from Bloodborne. So, like, we're going to have that in our gallery, too. Like, we really like custom artworks in our gallery. But if you're saying, like, I'll paint for you, and then I can pretend I painted it, no, that's plagiarism. And we're a company of creatives, so we don't suffer that. When do we think we'll get the PG Unleashed new gun? It's tiring. So, Bandai has informed us that because of the high profile of this particular release, they're going to do everything they can to get it to North American retailers as close to Japan release as possible. They didn't guarantee simultaneous, but it does seem like we will get it in like the January-February realm. So we should get it before the end of winter. We'll process all our pre-orders because that's first priority. Like, anytime we get a shipment, we don't do anything until all the pre-orders are processed. That's why I wasn't doing this yesterday. So, like, we're gonna get all those done as soon as we get it. And then I will be a part of the building effort. A perfect grade is too much for one person to do at this job because, like, all of us have so many responsibilities. Like, I do a little bit of everything. The guy who edits videos also works in the warehouse. So, like, we're going to be working in the warehouse to try and get all that stuff processed. Make sure all the shipments are done. Make sure all the extra handling has, like, corner protectors added. We'll take care of that as fast as possible. And then I think we're going to try and, like, group build one where, like, 5 of us, like, one of each builds a leg, one of each builds an arm, one builds the torso, and one builds the head to try and get it done. Because one person doing that live on stream would take so long that I think they'd be in physical pain. So I do want to do, like, a group effort, though. But they did say that they were going to try as hard as possible to do, like, almost simultaneous with Japan release. Bandai's weird sometimes. Remember when, like, the Requiem for Vengeance kits showed up in Target before Japan release? That didn't make any sense. But obviously, PG New is out in the wild. Like, just today, they showed off pictures of the box art. Or, I mean, the actual box. Not the box art. Box art was, like, 2 weeks ago. That box is huge, though. It's like 3 PG Strike Freedoms. Which, I will say, like, everyone saw the price. And were like, oh my god, 700. That's insane. 700. Like, they balked at it. And then Lego just comes to their rescue and is like, do you want 3 Pokemon? It's the same price as a PG New. Suddenly it doesn't look so insane because Pokemon Lego, like, you want Blastoise, Charizard, and what was the third? And it's the same price? Like, man, I would take a PG New over that any day of the week. Like, I love Pokemon, but, like, holy cow, it's not even a contest. How big is our team? Good question. I don't know if I'm at liberty to answer that. So, let's just say a dozen. We are a, like, small business. And we kind of have an outsized reputation because we all work so hard. We have an extremely dedicated staff who is, like, you know, I take the social media phone home with me every night. We're all, you know, all the samples that we build, that's in our free time. Very rarely are we doing that on, you know, company time. We answer emails at home if we are going to be late that day. Like, a couple Saturdays ago, there was a state of emergency, and, like, I had to work that Saturday, so I got up at 6, answered emails, came in here at 9, shoveled the lot, opened at 11. Like, we're a small team, and we do big work. So, we're going to do the same thing with PG New. Like, we know that we need to have one on display. It's the biggest, most expensive item Bandai has released, accounting for inflation, like, maybe ever, but at least in decades. So, we know that duty calls. If you go to our YouTube channel, which some of you are watching on YouTube, the PG Exia review is the last PG review we ever did, and that was 100% me. I spent 40 hours on that review. And that was what? How many years ago? That was crazy. I spent so much time on that review. I'm very proud of it. Even though I was recording that video like in the equivalent of like garage, that was not a great backdrop. I will say the people they had do the staff interviews for the Endless Waltz dub in theaters, it kind of looked like they were filming that interview at Old Gundam Planet. So like maybe we didn't do so bad back there. Okay, evening. Why'd you spend your whole paycheck on Warhammer? It's not even Gundam. Yeah, oh man, you're triggering me when you talk about that Adam Savage build, like, and it got like 30 million views and whatever. Like, I know it's Adam Savage, and that guy rules. And Mythbusters was like Mythbusters is a fantastic show, and you're talking about critical thinking, you're talking about just like educational value. Like, it's really good. I have nothing but good things to say about Adam Savage, but like Bandai was like, this guy's important. We gotta give him every resource possible, and then boost the hell out of this video, even though it's gonna be like kind of a flash in the pan to capitalize on pop culture momentum, rather than, you know, the entities that kind of built you your base in North America. And like that's the difference, is like people who are content creators or, you know, professional influencers or anything, they will sometimes get sent these things completely built, or like someone else builds them for them and then they do all the videography. Like, it's a whole different thing when you're a hobby shop and we're just creating our content organically. Like, we get this, it's in a shipment. I literally spent, you know, 6 hours making sure that every single customer's pre-order was out the door before I even thought about streaming this. And then, you know, we take one off inventory and we build it. Like, we sometimes don't even get a sample sent to us. We're just doing this because we love it and we want it displayed in our store. And we also want the basis for when customers ask us questions about it, we can tell them about it. We just had a customer today call because their unicorn real grade wasn't going together correctly. And like, it killed me that I couldn't help because I built the real grade unicorn for our YouTube review like 8 years ago. But like, we try and build the model that's now so that we can answer questions, because we care about this. Like, I can't stress enough how much we care about this. PGX as a solid build isn't the understatement of the century. I still think that is the best model kit. Like, I'm a little recency biased because I think that real grade Wing Zero, like, oh my god, that thing is so cool. Like, if they did a PG Wing Zero TV version, I would lose my mind. I love Wing Zero. It's one of my favorite designs. Like, I'm obviously a biased American about Wing in general. I think that a modern Wing PG would just like absolutely over the moon. But PG Exia, I still think, is the best model kit that Bandai's made. Like, I legitimately have no complaints about it. If you haven't seen the review that I did of that thing literally 8 years ago, check it out, because my opinion still holds. I built that thing in a different apartment that I live in, and a different time in the world, and a different like headspace. Like, that was it feels like it was a different lifetime, but still, I know that model kit is the best model kit I've ever built. That's why anyone's like, should I get the Exia or the 7? Get the Exia. Get the Exia. Should I get the Exia or get the Exia? Well, you didn't let me finish. I don't care. It's better. half-hourly interlude to advertise the soothing sounds of Thrill Chaser instrumental. It Was Always Gonna Be Like This, the album that features a single that had the RX-78 2 on the cover. Thank you for supporting them. They are not me, but I put them on every stream. Alright. You saw the Char on display in the store. Now, do you mean... Because we just got the band Presto, like the big Zaku head in stock. It's crazy. Like, it's a life-size, obviously not life-size, but like if you put it on my head, it's the size of a helmet. The band Presto one that has the light-up mono eye that moves back and forth. That thing's nuts. That is in store as of today. But we also have the like Quattro Vagina in our gallery, so I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Did they not? Did they not? They never did a Trans Am of the PGXia? Is that true? That's like... I feel like I'm being Mandela affected right now because they did the Trans Am RG and the HG. So like, why wouldn't they have done the PG? But I think you're right. That's crazy. Well, now I don't know what to think of my life anymore. I guess I'll just go home and go to sleep. What the heck? That's really gonna screw with me now because they've done Trans Am everything else. How is this allowed? No, it's because Bandai, they love Unicorn. Bandai will go to the mat for Unicorn, but not 00. Oh well. You know, I probably shouldn't have cut all this out quite so aggressively because now everything's kind of out of order, but I'll figure it out. So who here plays Nikkei? I ask this every single time and it never takes. No one likes this. No one likes when I ask this question. Are we gonna get the MGSD which third-party kits? There are many third-party kits. There's one, the Lupus. I think I will. But again, what you have to remember with our third-party kits, this is something that comes up on Reddit a lot. We do not carry as many third-party kits as other stores because we have a supplier that is like deeply connected to the Chinese industry and will tell us if something is bad. So like there was this one that people were freaking out about a little while ago. It was like Godzilla RX-78. Like it looked kind of dumb, but it was Godzilla RX-78 essentially. And I was like, hey, like we have customers asking about this. And he said, don't. It is already going for like $4 in China because it is such a bad model. You don't want it. Like your customers will not want that. The the quality control is horrific. It will just create problems for you and your customers. And I was like, all right, like I respect that. We could have made money selling it, but I am not going to sell something to people who like I'm not going to sell something to people if I don't believe that I would want it myself. So a lot of times if you don't see third-party things on our site, it's because my supplier has told me, don't do that. And I said, yeah, I trust you. So keep that in mind. We might be saving you from spending horrible money. And if you want to try and risk it and get it somewhere else, power to you. I respect your determination. I will not stop you, but I will also not give you replacement parts services if you didn't buy it from my store. So keep that in mind. I think this is my least favorite part of IBO builds, like putting together the torso. Why'd you switch over from Twitch? Is there a major difference for you personally? It's kind of funny. You're like, I don't like it over there. YouTube seems more lively. That's why I put the stream, I put the chat for both up here so that like you can kind of see what's going on in the other place, but Twitch is kind of dead. We don't do that quite as much. My graphic artist is currently working on a like stream schedule where we will have this regularly. We were going to do that before Christmas, but I don't know if you know about I don't know if you know how Christmas and retail works, but generally there's not a lot of extra time. So we didn't have a chance to do very many streams between December and now due to things. I built this thing previously when it was the Vidar, and now I feel like I don't remember this. Like I'm losing my Gunpla fluency. That's a problem. We need to go to re-education. Hey, re-education through labor. That's a Rise Against song. Rise Against. Can we get a hell yeah for Rise Against in the chat, everybody? Yeah. Third party G-Quux Dom 1/100th? Nah. Sorry. Nothing. Sorry that Twitch was lonely over there, brother. It's about to get... I'm gonna take a short break in just a second. I have to check on something with my staff. I'm just gonna finish this part. It's a good thing they put the correct orient. I don't remember doing this when I was building the Vidar. That snap kind of scared me. I didn't like that. I did not like the snap. If you hear a snap like that while you're building, you better immediately check and make sure you did the correct thing. Because if you didn't, you're gonna regret it in 2 seconds. You guys ever had a thing where you like literally hold your breath while you're building because you feel like you're about to make a mistake? Makes me feel kind of crazy, but I do that sometimes because like it's not good. Did you see that? Don't tell me if you saw that. Don't tell me you saw that. No one saw it. It's fine. Oh, it was in the wrong slot. It was in the wrong slot, everybody. See, there's 2 slots there. I put it in the wrong one. You know, it's okay. You're allowed to make mistakes every once in a while, even if you work at Gundam Planet. That's what I tell myself. And then I'm going to take a break and walk upstairs, and I'm going to be fired for making a mistake on stream. Why do we have a Char Red Zeta Gundam on display in the store? People like to do custom displays sometimes. They're just, you know, they think, you know, what if Char piloted a Zeta? That'd be cool. And then they paint it. Just because custom paints are, you know, cool ideas. You might come by next Wednesday. Oh no, you left Twitch and now someone else is all alone there. It's okay. Just watch the chat on your screen. I'm trying to point to like where on your screen it is. It's like right here. Watch the chat right there, and then you're never alone. Because there's always there. The clenching the jaw is such a thing. Like, it is so hard to get over that. Like, sometimes I'm lying in bed and I'm just like, I'll like be studying or I'll like read something and I'm just, and then I'll feel like a click. It's like, no. I should not be clenching my jaw so hard that I'm clicking. But it happens. Hey, look at this. Now, because I am not just a streamer, I am not a paid influencer. I don't know if you know this. I am an employee of Gundam Planet, and I also stream. I need to go check on something for my employees upstairs. I'm going to take a quick 5, and I'll be right back. In the meanwhile, you guys can talk amongst yourselves or look at the great stickers that are on my desk, even though it's a little washed out. Maybe I can make it less washed out. Can I, like... Oh, that's good. Less washed out. I'll be right back. You can also comment on what's behind me. This is constantly changing and full of great stuff, so I will be right back. I'm back. The door didn't shut. Oh my god, if you guys are still here, oh my gosh. You're still here. I'm truly the luckiest person. Let me scroll through this chat. You're not alone. You're never alone. Oh, you're working on the Ludens? That's awesome. I love that model kit. It's kind of silly. Like, I still feel like $70 is too much for the Ludens, but it looks really good. She comes with the flag. Like, it needs a little bit of help with the panel liner, but I think that's a really cool model. Good choice, good choice. If you're not well educated on anything other than Bandai, let me put a link in chat. Here. So, if you ever want to look at things other than what Bandai has, I like that it said this was from Restream and not from Gundam Planet. I guess that's the way it works. This is every single Kotobukiya thing. Of course, that is also like, ice cube trays, acrylic stands, things like that. But it also has their statues, their proprietary girl model kits. You can go up to the top and you can go to product category plastic models, and it will show you all of the Kotobukiya plastic models back through, the dawn of time. So you can really see like what it is that they're offering and give you a little bit of perspective on like, this is what's different than Bandai. These are the different properties that Bandai doesn't have access to, but Kotobukiya does. So I think that's always fun to look at. Kotobukiya, we are so excited because tomorrow they're going to ship us our Steel Haze, the like big Steel Haze from Armored Core. The 30-minute missions is like the Bandai high grade version that's like this big, and the Kotobukiya one is like this big and master grade and fully articulated, and we are so excited for that thing. So you can kind of see the way that their different like model technology is. Bandai plastic is always better, always, but Kotobukiya has more variety. I gotta find C. Where is C? So, I just realized there is C1 and C2 on two of them. So there are two C1 and two C2. I don't know why it couldn't just be C1 and C2, but here we are. I hope you're all enjoying the soothing sounds of Thrill Chaser. It was always going to be like this instrumental from the hit band Thrill Chaser. I should really be getting kickbacks for this. So when you say you've been wanting to pick up something else other than what? Because I can help with that. I'm not even trying to sell you anything. I'm just saying I will point you in the correct direction. By the way, no one said anything about anything that's back here the whole time I was gone. Like, was anything interesting? Was anyone like, damn, cool? Or was everyone like, Trying to have a personality. There's an extremely exclusive Apex Legends statue back there on top of my GM Spartan. I have a Respawn developer shirt. No one said anything. Damn it. Who's playing Nikkei? Who's playing the latest season of Apex Legends? Who's playing Ghost Trick Phantom Detective? Who's watching Tracker starring Ty Swindell? A mech kit other than Bandai. Cool and fun to build. Oh man. Oh. The Gus. Have you seen the Gus? Or like the Percival? Or something like that. Am I gonna put another link? I'm gonna put another link in chat. It's like Linkin Park, but it's Linkin Chat. Out of stock? Did we sell out of this? Okay, anyway. What are your thoughts on this? It is, you know how like Bandai has like real grade, master grade, all that stuff? This is BE in the top corner, and it stands for Beyond Exquisite. The third party options are like really spectacular recently. I can look up some other ones too. If you're just looking for like non-Bandai mechs. There's one called Licorice that we have right now. We got the Buffarian. We have the Jeddah. Like there's some stuff going on. I didn't realize Gus was gone. I can't believe that. Oh, Gun and Planet's closed, everybody. Gun and Planet's closed. Sorry, everybody. I'm about to send this link, and where the hell? What? Oh, it's under everything. Literally comes in a box that looks like this. Our supplier sent us a sample. It's just like, look at this sea foam. Like the panel line details are actually really, really nice. And this is a completely unique mold too. There's a lot of good third-party kits. I can't, you know, I'll never say like you should get a bootleg. Like, don't get a mold rip. I'll never say like get Dragon Momoka, get the reverse engineered resin stuff. Like a nice third-party kit where they individually engineered things is a cool option because it's not illegal. The last one I will put in here I don't even know really what you call this. It looks kind of like a Phantom Gundam or something, but it has the like Sazabi funnels. Yes, we do carry everything that I've sent a link for. We carry in the store. They're actually very... I would say if it's online, it is 100% available in our showroom. And then there's a small percentage of times that something is in our showroom that isn't online. I found F. I found runner F, everybody. Give it up for F. Remember, first cut, second cut. Why was the runner still stuck on there? Were any of you here for the last stream that we did that had the VTuber who was really crazy and unhinged and kept cursing and was a crazy person? Also, I want to be clear. When I'm pitching all these things to you, none of this is like a pressure to spend money situation. Like, believe me, we work at a small business. We understand that there are things that are more important, like financially, than hobbies sometimes. We're just trying to give you as many options as possible for enjoying being alive. So we hope that you can join us on this journey of like escapism. And but also we understand if you pre-order a $200 figure and then your health insurance premiums triple, you might need to cancel that figure, and we're not going to hold it against you and charge you a fee. So we try and be the business of the people for the people. First time in one of these streams. So you missed Lala Lulu. We'll have to do another one of those. I appreciate you joining us, though. Especially since I advertised that, like, my graphic designer, who I left to go speak to before, is, you know, working on the whole streaming schedule graphics so that we can actually get a weekly schedule down, you know, for building, for gaming, you know, anything that goes on, we can have a schedule for it. But this was just like, oh, meeting got canceled? Shipments are done? I guess I'm streaming in 10 minutes. So thank you for joining, because you could be doing literally anything else right now, and the fact that you are here means a lot to us. So thank you, and we hope to see you again. But also, if you come to the stream with Lala Lulu, it would be very different. I encourage you to watch the VOD if it's still available. Oh, big news. We got like a massive shipment of Gaia Notes paints. Which is, you know, we got, before we had like 41 varieties total, and I think we're up to like 200 I made listings for. So those are going to be up this weekend. We got like Metallic Master Thinner, we got the Ava colors, we got like the Railway colors. So Gaia paints are here in a big way for those who've been looking. And if you haven't been looking, that's fine. You don't need to paint to have a good time in this hobby. When you say found out we were close, like, do you mean like New England area, New Jersey specifically? Like, we get a massive variety of people who say, like, they have differing opinions of what close is. We have people who drive up here from Virginia for a single day and say, like, it wasn't that bad. And then we have people who say, like, oh, I drove so long here. I came from Edison, New Jersey, 30 miles down the turnpike. And, like, so Whenever people are like, oh, you're close, I always want to know what you mean by that. Because some people say New Hampshire is close, and some people say it's not close if it's farther than Queens. New Jersey! Give it up for New Jersey! We love New Jersey. Thank you for supporting us from New Jersey. We love New Jersey. Grew up here. Didn't go to college here, but I did come back here after college, so it counts. The way that I got my start here is I grew up in New Jersey. Went, K through 12, high school, the whole thing. Applied to college in Vermont because I wanted to snowboard. Went to college in Vermont. After 2 years, I noticed, I was like, hey, wait a minute. There's that Gundam store in New Jersey. I messaged Gundam Planet and was like, hey, I'm an English major in Vermont, but I grew up in New Jersey and I want to work at your store for college credit. Can you let me edit your entire product catalog for college credit over the summer? And it turned out that this place just sprung up literally while I was away at college in Vermont. Gundam Planet started in New Jersey, and then I just came back here because it's where I was always meant to be. Writing descriptions for Gundam models. Hey, didn't you read the sign? Are you not going to be out there tomorrow? Okay. No, I'm still streaming. Do you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Everyone say hi, Lauren. I'm serious. You want to say hi? No, she doesn't. That was my wife. She didn't want to say hi. What a place. I will now. Here's an opinion question. Hello, I don't know who you are. On lunar seas. On lunar seas. Okay, I can read. Anyway, thank you. Do you want to say hi? Okay. I don't know if this is a toxic trait of mine, but whenever I see the pilot figure, I go, I'm not doing that. And I don't cut it out, and I don't put it in wherever it is, and I ignore it because I don't want to hand paint that pilot figure that's that small. And some people would say that's ridiculous, just put in the piece, but I don't want a little unpainted pilot figure in my meticulously crafted master grade. But I also don't want to put the effort into painting it. So I don't know if that makes me a bad person, but it is just something that I will always do that way. So here we go. No pilot figure. But the cockpit's cool. Look at this. It actually opens and closes. It closes over him. Boop, 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 boop. I'm sorry to everyone that Lauren didn't want to say hi. Maybe next time. Fun fact. She is the one who did, if you follow any of our socials or YouTube or anything, she's the one who did our fanfic girly reviews of the RG Wing Zero. So that's, you can get a sense for the kind of dynamic we have going on here through that video alone. See, I'm also 50-50 on including the pilot, but the 50 of not always wins out. Because let me look at what piece is that. I'll find the piece and show you guys. Is that L1 or I1? Okay, I found it. So, you see that in reference to my fingernail, I don't want to deal with that personally. It is slightly bigger than my fingernail, but also slightly smaller than anything I would ever want to paint. Like, at least this one has his, like, jacket. But it's still so small. Did any of you guys see the movie in theaters in the past 2 days? I'm curious about any other thoughts. Endless Waltz was so good. That's all I got to say. I understand. Like, you can probably regularly work on tiny miniatures, so you would paint that. So, here's a question for you on Lunar Seas. Would you paint that first? Let it dry, let it sit there, and then start building the Gundam the next day? Or would you get to that part in the manual and be like, shit, and then paint it then, and stop what you're doing, and leave it till the next day at that point? Because that would drive me crazy if I was like, I'm gonna paint this now. I'll talk about the silver again. The silver is so great. Silver is so great. We're great too. Making sure there aren't. Oh, there are. See, this is why I always make sure there aren't. I was making sure there aren't more pistons I need to cut out of here. And there were. Oh, I need 2 D4s for all this. They really go all out with, like, the mechanical accuracies of these IBO kits, which is cool. More casual Gundam, I respect it. Same. Even though it is funny that, like, Gundam is my more casual hobby out of, like, Gundam, hockey, like Apex. I'm like, nah, I'd rather stress myself out at 10:40 p.m. on a Monday trying to beat some team of weirdos on ice than build my model kits a little better. Hope you all are using first cut, second cut nippers. Or cutters. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I used to get kind of uppity when people would call them nippers instead of side cutters or, you know, whatever. Now you call them whatever you want. I will say they're like, people call them runners, sprues, and trays. I think that those are all like, I feel like runners is the normal thing to call them. This is a runner. It is also, I guess, a sprue. But then when you call it a tray, I start saying, I don't know about that. Yeah, that was me in the video about the knee pads. And yes, I am. So here's the problem. And this is something that my friends and I have talked about. I was a PWHL fan before it was the PWHL. And like a guy who actually plays on my hockey team used to work the penalty boxes before the PWHL existed, and he isn't a huge fan of like the people associated with the organizations. Like, obviously he loves the players and everything, but long story short, I'm definitely gonna go to the Sirens game at MSG because that sounds awesome. But yeah, like I'm we're in New Jersey. Sirens play out of Peru. We gotta watch them, and the jerseys are awesome. I love the colors. So you hear frames? If someone said frames about this, I would be like, no, that's different. Gundam frame? Because look, literally. Gandamu Furemu. Like, this is the Gundam frame. But that doesn't mean that this is a frame. I feel like frame is wrong. I feel like frame is objectively wrong, and you can call them runners, sprues, or trays. But if you call it a frame, it's strange. Let's say that. The runner is being the individual tube of plastic. I feel like this is... I'm gonna have to ask my other staff tomorrow. They've gone home for the day. We have Toy Fair coming up. I should just ask Bandai. Just sit them down and be like, Bandai, we need answers. Tell me right now. Sorry, I've gone down to the floor to look for runners. But anyway, yes, I'm kind of surprised that you didn't piece together that I was the guy with the hockey pads on, based on the fact that that's one of the very few reels that we posted with our faces in it. Those are my actual hockey pads. Those are the ones I need to wear when I go play at a doubleheader 8:10 and 9:40 on Sunday. So, how's the build going? It depends. What's your metric? So far, I haven't gotten past the point where, like, it's just so far the same Barbatos that I've built already, and then also the same Vidar that I've built already. Because, as I recently discussed, this is literally... Wait a second. Am I about to make a fool of myself? No, this is different. Oh, this is literally Barbatos Lupus. Oh, this is a new one. This is my first new runner I've gotten to. Nothing has been broken. The build is going fantastic. By your metrics. But I keep needing to bend down and find runners G2 and stuff, so, you know, could be going better. Also, I didn't pick this off the shelf at Gundam Base Diver City, so that could be going better too. I'd pull it out of a box in our warehouse. Hack and sack. Also, one of our employees gave me this... here, watch this. Gave me this Aqua 2B sticker, and was like, when are you gonna put it on your... See? When are you gonna put it on your cutting mat? When are you gonna put... I put it. There you go. You're welcome. My personal favorite grade to build... Asking a tough question. So... building, master grade. Finished product, real grade. Definitely. But like, oh my gosh, real grade takes so much time and attention and effort. And then the stickers, like real grade is such a process, but the finished product is spectacular. But I feel like the build master grade is always the best, especially modern ones. Like you really can't go wrong with a modern master grade. They're so good. Someone was messaging us like, which one should I get? Master grade Destiny? Like, which one should I get from Seed? Master grade Destiny or master grade, Luna Maria Zaku? And I was like, get the Luna Maria Zaku. Like, that thing goes together like a dream. Modern master grades, unbelievable. They're just so impossibly good. It almost feels like cheating. You build it and you're like, that was it? And it's this posable and it's this good? That doesn't seem fair. Bandai really spoils us over every other manufacturer. I feel like I say that every stream and it sounds like I'm being a shill, but it's like actually true. That said, I think Kotobukiya might have pulled ahead in the race in Armored Core with this new Steel Haze they're putting out. Bandai's gonna need to catch up. The Rousette is such a weird thing. Is that the one that has the wing, not to sound dumb, isn't that the one that has the wings? I can't remember that specific one. I remember all the others, like the Liaoya unit and the Armadillo unit and all that stuff, but the Rousette, I just thought that they threw the Wing Gundam EW wings on the back of Death Scythe and were like, there you go. And it always struck me as very strange. I love, man. Did you watch Endless Waltz in theaters? I know I've asked this like 30 times because I'm just waiting for someone to bite so I can talk about Endless Waltz in theaters, because like, man, I love Gundam Wing. My gosh, have you guys seen do you guys see the third-party Serpent custom that they just announced that we have been obsessively pushing for pre-order because we're so excited about it? Holy cow. I'm so excited for that model. I'm going to build 7. I feel like Gundam is such a thing because I'm sorry, that was horribly inarticulate. Gundam is such a thing. Like, what am I even saying? But like, it's so difficult. No one is ever going to decide like what Gundam is best, what's the best watch order, this, that, and the third, because like everyone is so it's so subjective. Like, where did you first experience it? What was the first time that it resonated with you? Like, when was the first time that you personally were engaging with this property is so much more important than like, oh, but the meta series, like, and so that's why it's so hard to determine like which is the best, because obviously the Chinese market is always going to say Seed and the American market is mostly going to say Wing, with the occasional people saying G Gundam because Toonami. So you have all of these different like conflicting viewpoints, but I think that Wing for North America is like, I think that's the answer. Like, Wing is the one. When you say you're slowly working on watching the UC timeline, like, are you going in chronological order or release order? Because that's always that's a fun question. Oh, on Lunar Seas, you got to be careful. 8th MS team, I think I will continue to always say like 8th MS team is a perfect self-contained Universal Century story, but like there's so much to it, in like, it's just Romeo and Juliet. But when you think about it on the backdrop of Gundam with like both sides are so horrific, and it's kind of like Thunderbolt in that sense, and it's like a little bit more of a love story take on almost 0080, but like the animation, the mobile suit designs, the characters, the voice acting, like everything in that series, there's nothing to not recommend 8th MS Team to someone who's looking for how to get into Gundam, because it's 13 episodes. Maybe ignore the last one, because I think Miller's Report kind of sucks. If you just watch until Shiro says we'll bear the burden together, shut it off. Like top 3 Gundam series forever, probably. Unicorn, like I like Unicorn is so cool because it reframes Double Zeta in like a more serious way, and like all the battles are insane, and like it's so good. But also when you're pitching it as a 7-episode OVA and the last episode is a feature film, now you're getting into Stranger Things territory, and it's like, I gotta watch episode 7, but it's basically watching a movie. It's a tough sell. And they did a bad job with Re-0096 because they didn't even like edit out the overlap when the episode ends and begins. They literally just let the scene play twice. It just seemed like a hack job, and it felt disrespectful. So like I feel like that hurt Unicorn a little bit, but it's still a really good fiction, and it still is like a really, really solid part of the Universal Century timeline, even though it gets a little magic-y. Like, it's very space magic-y. Oh, so you started like pure Mobile Suit Gundam. That is tough because like when you say it's slow, it's just like it came out in the 70s. Like that's a 70s to 80s anime. Like that's just what it is. So it's a whole different like cultural entertainment landscape, and people were just probably at that point completely floored by just the animation capabilities. Like, oh my god, like look how real it looks. It's kind of like when you think about Star Wars special effects. It was just such a groundbreaking thing for its time, and it pioneered real robot genre, so I don't think people were worried about the pacing at that point. Sorry, I had to go very silent to figure out these pistons. Oh, this is hurting me. I'm sorry. This is correct. Sorry, I'm gonna go. I have to go nonverbal for a second. This is crazy. I feel like the order they did this in. Yeah, you're never getting a Crossbone series. Sorry about that. When is the Crossbone? I'm curious now. When is the Crossbone like anniversary? Like when would the anniversary be? You need to go on 5-year increments. I did it. Okay. I'm being messaged to give me 1 second. Once again, I am not an influencer. I am an employee. Oh, have you guys heard the best new album in music? Is Twitch gonna DMCA me? I'm gonna put myself in jeopardy of getting DMCA'd to play a little stuff for you, because there is a new album with Miku X Gundam. Twitch is absolutely not gonna let me have VOD now. It's appropriate. If you haven't seen it yet, it is a full album of just different Vocaloid producers doing Miku covers of Gundam openings, and it is incredible. It came out yesterday, so this is very timely. If it's too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down. If I get nuked from Twitch, I'll see you guys on the other side. It's on YouTube Music, so YouTube should be okay with me doing this. Otherwise, that's kind of crazy. This frame is so crazy. It's so good. The torso is unbelievable, the amount of stuff going on in here. They did a really good job. I'm glad that you said the music's low enough they're probably not going to catch it, because, like, I wasn't sure if I was, like, blowing your ears out with this music this whole time. I regret breaking A1 and A2 apart in a demonstration, because now it's harder for me to find them. I think this is the best song in the album. I have to say it, because I'm a biased American millennial idiot who works at a Gundam store. Also, it's like a really nice vocal filter they put on her. What makes you biased? Can you really say you're biased if you're just correct? There's nothing biased about being right. contagious. The 8th MS team opening is also on this album, and it goes insane. So we physically pre-ordered the collector's edition of this album on Plage, like the second it got announced. I think that was in like November. The person who runs the figure account here got that. So we ordered that, but it is streamable right now on every platform. I am currently listening on Tidal because we approve of Tidal in every way. They pay the artist the most. They have the highest quality audio. There are no ads whatsoever, so there's never advertisers. You have to be beholden to them. We love Tidal, and it is on here already. There's runner C. Oh yeah. Anyway, what is the absolute worst kit for a beginner? You have simply given me too many options. There's the worst? You can't do that. You can't do that. Gosh, what metric? Because like we have people come in here every once in a while and they roll up with like, I have a PG Perfect Strike and 17 bottles of panel liner and a God Hand and a spray booth, and they're like, I've never built before. Is this everything I need? And it's like, I wouldn't personally do what you're doing. So like there are a lot of bad kits for beginners, but then again, I remember that like the first thing I asked my parents for when I was 12 was a PG Red Frame. Not a good kit for a beginner. Man. Enjoy dinner on Lunar Seas. I respect you. So a lot of people would be like, oh, real grade Zeta. I think that's a cop-out answer. I think maybe like the real grade. Hey, why did this stop? I think maybe the real grade Zaku 2 would be a worse kit for a beginner. I just cannot imagine having a good time with that kit as someone who hasn't built before. There's just nothing to recommend it, and it like pops apart, and like it's a Zaku, so like it's not particularly interesting. Like everyone would say real grade Zeta, but like even I think that real grade like GPO1 is maybe a worse kit than Zeta, but Zeta has that stupid Mecha Gaikatsu boost where he said the phrase hand grenade and everyone decided that it was the worst thing ever. But like, you know, maybe honestly real grade Sananju. Like real grade Sananju might be a worse beginner kit than that. I think I'd be like, what the hell is going on? Why is this such a miserable experience? Yeah, see, and that's what like, if your first kits were from before 2002, you have an entirely different experience of this hobby than everyone else. Because like, we'll see people be like, oh, I don't want to build that kit. That's old. About something from 2009, like a 2009 Master Grade, like the Gian or something, and we're like, what are you talking about? That's a great kit. Like that's like technically, yeah, it's 17 years old, but like it's a very good model. But if you try and build like, go back and build the Master Grade GM ground type, and just kind of witness like what the late 90s, early 2000s was when Bandai was getting their feet under them, and be like, oh, they needed help. That original Zaku 2 Master Grade, horrific. That was one of the first things I built also. I got the Shars Master Grade Zaku 2. And I thought I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. But then I was like, oh yeah, you need to individually cut the pipes with your fingers. Like, and it's the tiny little pipes. And you gotta cut each individual piping piece out. Oh my god, that was a nightmare. But you know, we didn't know it was a nightmare back then. Because it was like, this is so cool. Sharzaku, look, he has the mono eye you can move. Yeah, I respect you building anything. And we'll build anything too. That's what when people call Tristan, the high grade Tristan, the worst kit. I'm like, get over it. It's just the Alex again and people got mad about it. You've never built a Zaku. There are a lot of good ones. The 2.0, I love the Master Grade 2.0 Zaku. Like, it is kind of annoying with the piping pieces because you can't really, like, you know, you can't get around that. But the Shin Matsunaga Zaku 2 is like one of my favorite Master Grades ever. I built it 3 times. Oh, you're talking about the MG new Verka. I refuse to put that in, like, you know how there's the 2 configurations? There's the one with all 6 funnels on one side, and then there's the one with 3 and 3. You have to do the one with 3 and 3 funnels because otherwise it's so unbalanced and they don't stay on. It is such an annoying disaster, but if you do the one with 3 and 3 funnels, it's totally fine. That was the last Gundam kit. Nostalgia here. That was the last Gundam kit that my parents were ever able to surprise me with because it came out the year before I technically worked here. So they like coordinated with the manager at the time to make sure it got here before Christmas and they sent it to me. That was very sweet. But that was literally the last time that I've ever been able to like get surprised with a Gundam kit because I didn't work here yet. Those were the days. PG new. I forgot to bring this up before. I think I might have, actually, now that I think of it. Everyone's talking about how the price point is insane. It is insane. And a portion of that is tariffs. Like, you know, there's no getting around it. It would be cheaper if not for tariffs. But it is the exact same price as a Lego set of Pokemon. I can't get over that. Everyone was talking about how PG New is like so ambitious and so insane and like this is pricing out everyone. If you want to build Blastoise, Charizard, and was that Venusaur? It's the same price. Like, if you put those two next to me and were like, you must spend $650 on one of these two, which would you? 100 times out of 100, PG New. It's not even a question. And people are gonna buy that. It's nuts. For Legos? At least with PG, you're like this is a project, you know? If I got a Lego set that was $85, like for example, the last Lego set I built was BD1 from Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor, and that was, you know, $90 because you got to pay for the character license and all that. I was done in 4 hours. I would be halfway done by the time this stream is over if I was building that. But this, like, I haven't even put the armor on the torso. Like, Gundams, you get so much value for your money. Like, I cannot stress this enough that, like, you are getting a project out of this. And that's why, like, I love Legos and they're relaxing, but this is like you'd be hard pressed to find more bang for your buck, to quote some paid ads on Google. Like, you can't beat Gundam models in terms of the amount of time that you're getting and also the quality of the product that you get at the end. It's a fully posable, like, you're getting an action figure after you build it. It's crazy. We're very lucky to be in this hobby and not a lot of others. Imagine if you're collecting Star Wars Black Series figures. Ugh, it's tiring. Gotta scroll back here. I missed some messages. It's so much higher than previous PGs. Did you see the box size? It's the size of 3 PG Strike Freedoms. Like it comes in its own master case. It's the biggest single box Bandai has ever released. It's great. I don't know what our warehouse is gonna do. I'll have to figure it out. I mean, I'm not trying to talk you into buying it. Like, if I am being very candid, we will not have a problem selling. I don't need to sell you that thing because the people who have the money to buy it are going to buy it whether they want to build it or whether they just want it for the hype. So, like, it's not an issue of I need to move units. It is an issue of, like, this thing is crazy. And I totally understand if, like, me personally, if I didn't work here, I'd never touch it. Like, for that amount of money, I have to be realistic and say, like, that is multiple car payments. I am not going to build the PG new Gundam. But there are a lot of people who, like, they put a lot more money into their hobbies than I do, and I respect that. And if that's the amount of money that you can put into it, you're going to be building it for a month, which is awesome. Lala Lulu. Are you gonna stop cursing me out on stream, or are we gonna have an issue? If I should hire a VTuber mascot, they're gonna need to not get me in trouble. I don't know if any of you were here at the beginning of the stream when I was like, hey, this is the first time I've streamed since that unhinged maniac was talking about burgers in their basement. The basement burger maniac is in my chat. Oh, you'll be so nice to me. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Can you even get the 3 pieces of the Master Emerald? Or are you just some kind of loser who can't do that kind of thing, huh? You show up here in my stream. You got it by like 30 seconds, and then one of your lousy viewers put our coupon on honey, and it ruined all the fun. I'm with you on 700. I again, if I didn't work here and I didn't have to do it for my job, I also would not do that. Like, just being 100% realistic. Oops. That was the wrong one. Lala Lulu. When are we streaming again, huh? I need more insults in my life. Oh shit. Oh no. This torso is so complicated. I love it. I've never built it on stream before. Yes, extort your family members for the PG Unleashed new gun. This is the way. I'll cheers a Spindrift to that. Lime flavor, so you know I'm serious. Lala Lulu, would you extort your family members for a $700 Gundam model? That seems like something you would do. What? What? Would you rather I sponsor like Poppy or some dumb garbage like that? You want the vending machine behind me? No, not your first set. No, not your first one. Someone asked me what the worst one for the first build would be, and I think you just answered it. No. Build up to it. Oh, not your first one, please. It hurts me. Can't even think right now. I gotta put the rest of this torso together, and I'm just like, ouch, ouch, ouch. First model kit PG noon, ouch, ouch. Wedding registry is brilliant. Yes, that's the kind of thing you need on your wedding registry. Oh man, that's so smart. Again, something I would have done if I didn't work here. And it just happened. Okay, you can build it, but I'm saying, like, if that's your first one, it's either gonna be like a huge headache that gives you a hard time, or you're gonna love it so much that it ruins every single other model kit for you. Balls. I just don't feel like there is a win in that situation, you know? Like, either this model kit is disappointing and I paid $700 for it, or every other model kit is disappointing for the rest of my life. Which would you rather? I'd rather neither. I forgot. Oh man, Miku doing the G-Reco theme rules. The torso done. Okay. This is crazy. So, like, you got... This is very nerve-wracking to, like, demonstrate. Look at these pistons. You have, like, this full range in the shoulder. Both sides. Then you have the full swivel on the midriff, I guess this is. If a Gundam can have a midriff. Then you have the side pistons. This is crazy. Come back, focus. The articulation on this, and the fact that they put this much effort into the realism of the, like, hydraulic details is so cool. This is one of the best Master Grade frames that's out there. If you could time travel and, like, you went back to the living room of someone who had just put together the, like, 1.0 Master Grade Alex, and they were like, this is amazing, and you were just like, yeah, take a look at this, you dropped it in front of them and just zipped back through your portal, they would absolutely pass out. This is so cool. And yeah, you're right about the G-Quux and the Caliburn. Like, the G-Quux, they really tried to have it both ways. Okay, so just to be transparent, I'm going to stop building now because I was supposed to be out of here at 8:30, but I'm going to stick around a little longer. But now I'm talking. G-Quux is, like, they tried to do both things, where they tried to do a cool alternative universe with a new story, but then they also tried to do fan service for everyone who liked original Gundam and Zeta and all that, and it kind of fell flat on its face on both. But we got very lucky because those kits, every single one of them, is incredible. Like, no matter what you build, even if it's the Zaku, which is arguably the worst of the line, it is so good compared to any Zaku that was available before 2018 that, like, you're getting such a good experience that you can't be unhappy with it, even for $28. So, like, if G-Quux was the first thing you built, and it's $23, and you get this, like, 7-hour build experience with all those stickers that makes it almost like a real grade, like, where do you go from that? I don't even know. It's so good. Those kits are incredible, and it kind of sucks that the series couldn't stick the landing. But like, what are you gonna do? It can't all be perfect. The Calibarn. There's nothing wrong with the Calibarn. Now I have a question. So we only have 12 people here because I announced this approximately 10 minutes before I went live. So I can't fault anyone for not knowing about it. Does anyone have any questions about Gundam Planet, the Gundam industry, release date, schedules, anything that I can answer relating to the business before I shut down for the night? Because I always like to make sure everyone knows everything they want to know before I sign off. You are the target audience. If you are an Eva fan and you started watching Gundam because of GQuacks, that is why Bandai did that. They were like, we need to break into a new market somehow. How can we do it? Pokemon character designer, Eva animation studio. Let's let it rock. And I thought through 6 episodes, they absolutely crushed it. I think that was my favorite 6 episodes of anime in a decade. And then they just couldn't figure out what they wanted to do, and it like kind of just stumbled across the finish line. But I still like incredible suit designs. I really like the premise. The Red Gundam is so good, and also like it was really cool the way that they did, like, you know, oh, here's good old Char doing the shit that Char does, except for now he actually won. I just think that it was... I didn't like the way that they were like, you know, please get invested in the Pomeranian clan. It's so cool. Think about the Pomeranian clan. They're so cool. And then they were like, never mind. Back to Char. It's back to Char and Amuro now. And then Shuji, who they just decided was important. Oh. I don't know, man. I was invested in Pomeranians. If you go on Gundam Planet and you go to the GQuacks like series page, the one that has like the description on it, I wrote that literally like an hour after we watched the movie in theaters. I was like, this is compelling. Like, I need to write this description. I need to make sure that people on our website know that we care about this. And like, that's what I was hoping for. I really wanted to know what was going on with Pomeranian Clan, why the hell Shuji and Machu were so in sync, where did that Gundam come from, and like, let's tie it all together and do like a clan battle centric story. And then they were like, but wait a minute, what if beyond the time? And that's what happened. I do think that 12 episodes is impossible when you were trying to accomplish far too much in 12 episodes. You can't. That was at minimum a 24 episode series that needed to happen. Well, Aqua has a bunch of nubs on her now. So be sure to sign up for our newsletter, everybody. Or is anyone here local? Someone said New Jersey. Someone said 40 minutes away. Yes, okay. But anyway, anything you see on our site, we have in here. I hope to see you all in person someday. And you can feel free. I will say we are more active on... So we're active on everything now. We have a TikTok, we have an Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all that stuff. Blue Sky is where we're most active because it's text-based, it's easy, it's not algorithmic, and it's not text. So if you have a Blue Sky, follow us on there. That's where we post most of our up-to-date stuff. We do some exclusive restocks. We say, like, first dibs on this. But we also do that with newsletters. So newsletters and Blue Sky are going to get you the same kind of stuff. Obviously, Instagram is picture-based, so you're going to get a slightly different a flavor of stuff there. But just like, be sure to follow and subscribe and talk to us. You know, if you're responding to us, one of us sees it. If you're talking to us, DMing us, it's one of us. It is one of the 8 people we told you about. It is not an algorithm. It is not AI. It is not some... We don't outsource to some corporate place over there that's going to, like, filter and forward. You know, one of us is going to see it, and we'd be happy to help you with anything you have to ask. So, keep that in mind. I'm going to do one last any questions as I put this tray of nubs somewhere else that isn't going to fall all over me. I'm going to put some runners away. You were at Otakon? That's awesome. I loved that. I told them if you can do that every year, we will be there every year. Like, I'll come up with different panels, come up with different classes, like anything. We love Otakon. We've gone as fans for so many years, and this was the first year we were able to work there, and they were just spectacular. No notes other than those tables were too thin. Yeah, for building instruction, we need circle tables, and I told them that. So hopefully next year we do circle tables, and it'll be fantastic. But really appreciate you coming to Otakon, supporting them. If you let them know that we did a good job, that'll help us go back there. You cannot pre-order in store. We tried that before, and it is an inventory nightmare. So if you want to pre-order in store, just go online, pre-order it, and one of the shipping options is just going to say in-store pickup. And then the second it gets here, we email you, you come get it. So you can't physically walk in here and place a pre-order, but you can pre-order to walk in here, which I think is just as good. The only thing that you would be missing is, like, you can't walk in and pre-order with cash. Good. Yeah, message about the PGU. It was 100% my recommendation. I did say if you have never built a model kit before, or even maybe have not, taken your first steps as a baby, you should build the PG Unleash New Gundam. So I look forward to your inquiries. If anyone clips that and ends up on TikTok, I'm in so much trouble. This box art. So, the last thing I'll say, since I think that everyone has wound down their questions, my favorite thing Bandai has done this year. See this side? It's like the box is standing up. Here, see like this. And then the other one. Oh, the box. Oh, if you put it vertical. If you put it vertical, it's right. It's different on both sides of the box. I love this. As someone who has to, like, if you're putting this in your shelf, I don't think you care. But for me, who has to worry about merchandising, I love this. This is thank you, Bandai. Thank you, Bandai. And I think that's it. Alright. There are no more questions. I will say goodbye. Again, if you DM on any social media platform, it's probably going to be me that's answering you. If not me, then someone else on my staff who will be asking me questions. Hey, why did these people DM me? And I'll be happy to help. So thank you all for tuning in. I don't think I'll be back again this week. But again, like I said, Graphic Artist is working on the streaming schedule now that we're on the other side of the holidays. And I do want to do this more often. I can't flip the camera around. There is an Xbox 360 here. And just to prove there is material. Robotech Battlecry. Mechasol 2 Lone Wolf. Phantom Crash. This is from Halloween, ignore it. This is also from Halloween, ignore it. But I would like to do gaming streams once a week, building streams once a week, and Q&A streams once a week. So, I hope to see you all there. We'll have that up, in the next week whenever my graphic artist gets it done. And other than that, I'll see you guys when the next time we do one of these streams is. Thank you very much for watching.